Asakum Rabi Hamhill.
Asakum.
Asakum Jamaat viewers, I welcome you all to the Kabbalah Center Ghana. My name is Gloria Isi Inkum. I introduce to you Rabi Hamhill, who is the head of the Kabbalah Center. Rabi studied chemistry, music, and philosophy, and he is endowed with many unique talents, but the most astounding one is his profound knowledge in and about God. Rabi, I congratulate you on your 59th anniversary.
Thank you very much.
So how has the journey been so far?
The journey is not easy, but as God said, all things are possible to those who believe in Him. He shall make it like that, and we thank Him for that.
Okay. So Rabi, the big question is, what is the Kabbalah?
Kabbalah, or a Hebrew word, meaning the divine knowledge received and transferred from generation to generation. Abraham was a Kabbalist. Moses, Elijah, Elisha, all the great men, they were all Kabbalists. So that is Kabbalah.
What is the difference between Christianity and Kabbalah?
Kabbalah is in existence since the time immemorial. Christianity is not from Jesus, because Jesus himself was a Kabbalist. And as such, if we want to say more, it should be Kabbalah, not Christianity, because the Bible is from Israel. And that word Christian is called Christos, from Greek language. We got Christianity. So if anything, should be Kabbalah, not Christianity.
Can you please tell us the objectives of the Kabbalah?
Kabbalah meaning to read the word of the Creator, to serve the mankind and redeem the afflicted. So anybody who is a Kabbalist, that is his duty, to redeem the poor and redeem the afflicted. That's the Kabbalah, the essence of the Kabbalah.
So it means Jesus Christ was a Kabbalist.
Yes.
And what about the ancient masters?
They were also Kabbalists, because you can never see eye to eye with God if you're not a Kabbalist. That's the only way. Because the Kabbalah rules the world. That the Creator taught the divine beings, and they also taught the people. So without Kabbalah, there's no existence of a world.
I see. So what's the essence of Kabbalah?
The essence of the Kabbalah is to highlight people to come closer to the Creator. Gives you the method, gives you the way. He paved the way for you to have your closeness with the Creator, so that He can do His work. So without that, you're out of the system.
So what are the misconceptions about the Kabbalah?
The misconception about the Kabbalah was, you see, as people don't like the truth and they want the lies, anything that will promote a human being to the level of the Creator, they used to encourage and blackmail it. That's why people are not hearing Kabbalah. But that's the only way that can redeem a man from the circus to the higher level.
So how can one become a Kabbalist?
If you want to be a Kabbalist, it depends upon where you are. We have only 3 places in the world: Israel, America, and Ghana here. If you want to be a Kabbalist, you have to register. This is an institution. You register, you pay a sacrifice fees, you attend classes, you learn, like us go to school to learn. It's not a day job, it's a way of life. And by so doing, you also become a master to teach people. That's what is there.
How did the Creator create the world?
It's a very difficult question. Even the English, they don't know how the Creator created His world. They came to meet it. So no human being can explain that. As you can't explain the Creator, you can't explain the creation. Every being came to meet the creation.
Please, what do you believe about reincarnation?
Reincarnation, a lot of concepts are there. It depends on your culture. If we come to Ghana here, we have so many languages, cultural backgrounds, and everybody believes in what. But in natural sense, a man is created with so many elements which used to survive when he died. So the energy that God gave you can come back to work. That's what we call reincarnation. Not my mercy or this, but the energy which use you to do a great work can come back. Like Elijah became John the Baptist.
People believe Jesus Christ is the way, and Christianity is popular. What is your take about it?
It's a long history, but let me cut it short. The word Jesus said, I am the way, the truth and light. And he said, nobody cometh to the Father through him. It is people's conception. When he was alive, people can claim that he is the way because he's a teacher. You understand me? But he's dead. And after he's dead, he didn't leave any methodology for people to follow. All the history of Jesus, the born, his birth, work, and his death. That's all. Apart from that, you can't get anything new. This Jesus said, if you wake up in the morning, say so. In the afternoon, say so. In the evening, no, there's no format. So Jesus being the way, the truth, it's just convincing people to follow some principles which they believe it is like that. But it's not true. There are so many masses came before him. They were also the truth and light in the way. But they have died. It is you to know. He said, if you hear and practice what I have taught you, you will be like me. So that's it. And he's no more there. So what is his teachings? Christianity was composed by Greek people in Rome. Jesus, his society is called Nazarenes, the movement from Nazareth. It wasn't Christianity. Constantine is the person who forced that Christianity. And as such, they use their own culture, tradition, and culture to rule them. And they force them by using some instruments like excommunication, interdiction, and crusade. Excommunication, if you didn't listen to the bishop, you'll be suspended. Nobody sells food for you. Nobody gives water. If you are sick, you are on. If your mother is sick, you are on. So you have to go and beg the Pope and pay dues before you lift up that thing. Interdiction. If the king or the chief around here disobey the Pope or the bishop, they close all churches. No activities go on. Unless they will force him to go and beg the Pope or bishop to pay amount before it will be lifted. If the bishop or the Pope sees that, sir, the area people do not do what he wants, he send soldiers to go and kill all the men. That is crusade. Crusade meaning kill the male children. It's not as easy as we have been seeing. And in the olden days when Christianity was introduced, if you didn't go to church on Sunday, you'll be killed. That makes people to fear. It's fear they put not easy. So Christianity is not the best as the practice. because that's not word from Jesus. Because if you look inside the Bible, there's no way you find Jesus was a Christian. Anybody who would also, I will give you money. There's no way. Jesus was not a Christian.
What's your take on life after death?
What takes your life on death? Death is a thing that has been there. Everybody will die. Any living creature is bound to die. But when you die, you have to face what you did. Because the divine gift given to you, which is your right, how you use it, you have to account for. That's all.
Rabbi Hamil,
Yes,
please, where is Jesus Christ now?
If I point to the place where Jesus is, you will die because you have no eyes. Yes, I mean. But there is a place which all the great men are there. Not that they are there for nothing, they are working. You understand me? Jesus works. Abraham, Moses, they all works. But the place where they are, you can't see it with your physical eyes. And even if I tell you, you doubt because you have no experience as I had. But they are there. And if you do your presbytery as a Kabbalist, your eyes will be open, you will see.
So will Jesus Christ come back?
Jesus, the coming back of Jesus Christ, some people's theory, just to deceive people. Nobody who has died can come back. Those say, he will come back, he will come. If you read John chapter 16, us because of righteousness I go to my Father, and I will come no more. You see? And if you buy this book, The Last Pope, if you read, you will see all the lies people compose to deceive people sin. And most of the write-ups in the Bible are from either a religious organization. Jesus is not coming back. Anybody who I have seen him as we are sitting down here, he will not come back. He is already there. He's a spirit. That's all.
So are there different heavens?
We have that word heaven. It doesn't sound well. Somebody came into me. Jesus said the birth of heavens. Are they? Where are they? What does it mean? If Jesus said the birth of heavens, what does it mean? It's a standard. They are up. You understand me? Somebody who is above you is in heaven. It was Greek philosophers created that thing. Even they didn't say so. Or a state of life. As we are living in this world, some people are living at Jolu, a lot of happy places. Likewise, when you die, the same thing. You could be happy, you could be happy. As Jesus used Lazarus as an example, when he died. Lazarus was a Kabbalist, and the rich man was not a Kabbalist. So when you are a Kabbalist and you die, there's a place for you to go, which is more happier than those who are not. That's what Jesus was explaining. But because the interpretation, those who translated the Bible made a lot of mistakes because some of the scripts were torn out here, and they have to use their own mind to join them together. That's what is there. Jesus is there. As he's enjoying it, not him alone. All the great men, they're also enjoying it.
So Christians believe in rapture. Please, what's your take on rapture?
After death, judgment. So what is the rapture? The Bible told them, when you died, after death, judgment. So where is the rapture?
You know, Christians believe that because Jesus Christ died, so when you sin and pray to him, he will forgive you.
Forgive. There's no forgiveness on this, no. No. There's nothing called forgiveness. If there is a forgiveness, then if you plant corn, it can be cocoa. Because he said you reap what you sow. If you reap what you sow is there, where is the forgiveness? You can change your character from this A to B, but doesn't make you to be forgiven. You see, if someone slaps you just now, and your two teeth removed, and you didn't do that person anything, when you see him, have you forgotten it? Mm-hmm. So where is the forgiveness? You pay for what? It's like school. They give you 10 questions. You did only 4. The rest 6 is there. Until you complete that thing, you become a keeper. Else you can't do it. So there's nothing called forgiveness.
So the story of creation in the Bible, what's it about, please?
Who was there when God was creating this world? Eh? The creation of the world. Who was there? Nobody, no being. They came to meet the creation. That's all. If somebody say, and God is he's a liar, he just deceivable. Nobody knows how the creation came to exist. It's only the creator.
So in Kabbalah, do you believe in baptism?
Yes, there's a baptism in Kabbalah. But baptism is a key to the Godhead. It's a key. You can never enter the kingdom of the Creator without baptism. So in Kabbalah, we believe deeply in baptism. Not that Christians own. Mm-hmm. Small boy born 2 days in the name of Father, Son, and Spirit. Did Jesus baptize somebody before? You see, they are deceiving themselves. Baptism is there, but not what they are practicing in the Christian world.
What about entities, elemental spirits, and nature beings?
Nature beings. We have 4 elements ruling us: the fire, water, earth, and air. The Creator has created beings with it. So you have elemental beings, gnomes, that we call dwarfs. We have mermaids, that we call it mamota. We have salamanders for air, water, fire rather, and silversets for air. So they compose the 4 elements, but they are not to be worshipped. They are to serve. They are our supers. They are what boy. Yes, if like gnomes, they foster the ecology of forests. Every living tree there, they know how to use it. If some people died in the forest, no, it is that they purify the place for us so that we can live. Likewise, mermaids, like in this substrate, look how they threw a lot of, they purified that so that we can do what? Live. And air, silversets. These atomic bombs and that's they are fighting all those poison. They will purify those for us to live. That's how the Creator has been. That's why if you go to Genesis, Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, also thou shalt not worship anything beyond you will see. They are not to be worshipped. They are not wonderful. They don't have power. They are just exercising their formative position. If you shoot someone and he didn't die, it doesn't mean that he has power. The material which they use to create, that is why he's experiencing it. Someone can plaster himself on the wall and vanish. It's not power. Their body, they are exercising their body formation. Because in their area, they do bad and they punish them there. So, but because we are not using our astral power, but that's why we are like that. But when we died, we have that power. Sometimes you can dream that you are in Accra, but you are in Kumasi. That astral force.
So, Rabi, do entities have their own world?
Yes. If an element of air, it's not only Ghana here we have air. They live in their continent, not a continent. Or the world within world. The gnomes, they have their continent, the whole world. But because of their body, you can't easily see them. But there's a way you can see them. But people made a lot of mistake to force themselves to have a link with them. They will give you some conditions which is not palatable to you in the near future. And as such, anything that they have given you, you pay for it.
So, Rabi, I guess the entities in Ghana, we refer to them as smaller gods.
You can call them anything that you suit to. But they are nature beings. They also eat their food, marry their children, do everything that we are doing here.
So when a human being contacts the entities for assistance, what's the repercussion?
You see, human beings don't show themselves to them. They show themselves to human beings and become friends with them. They can come and carry you to the end, to train you to know how they are, so that it could be friendship. But no sincere Kabbalist, that entity can come closer to you. If you are Kabbalist, they can come to you.
Oh, okay. So are they dangerous?
We have good and bad people here. I have never seen people written on their face, bad man, bad man, bad man, bad man. They are there until you begin to perform your activities. Then they could know that you are a bad man. Mm-hmm. They do the same thing. They have their kings, queens, and they have their origin. They also live like we. The priests are there, armed robbers are there, blind people are there. They have blind, they have, as we are having the same thing. But they are using their astral body.
So do they die?
Yes, nuns take 2,500 years. Other beings 3,000, some are 5. But they die.
And they are also reincarnated?
No. If elementals die, or any nature being dies, some goes like a smoke, and some melt like a kernel. They have no any other way out. They go away. But only that they live long. 2,500 years. It's not easy. 3,000 or 500 years. So that doesn't make them to that. Either they die or not. But they die.
So for instance, when I go to entities for assistance and they do help me, when I die, what happens? Do I go to them or they create?
See, you know that dwarfs or mermaids, they don't use our currency. So if they give you some of our currency, they went and stole it somewhere, and as such, you own that. And when you die, you go and work for it.
For how long, please?
It depends. You understand? You can be 4,500, depending upon how you do it. So those who go for money rituals, their lives become very short because they go and serve at that particular place and we're there.
Rabi Hamhill.
Yes.
Is there anything like dark angels?
Dark
angels.
You see, there's nothing called demons. There's nothing called demons or evil spirits. The Creator is so loving. He will never create those things. Why? Unless you do not understand the Creator. But only thing that he did from his creatures is love. He will give him the divine gift. That is your own free will. That your free will, if you use it judiciously, you will gain. If you use it evilly, you will see that what judgment is there. So there's nothing called demons, which God has created. Then it's a wicked God. The creator is not wicked. The fruit, they are misusing their fruit. We call them deviated entities. No demons. They have deviated. But in the near future, if they like, they can go there. You can use Attah here as an example. He was an armed robber. Now you say he's a Christian. So that one day, they will come back. They know good. All the free will which they gave it to them, they misuse it. That's why there's nothing called what do you call it, a demon. God created. The creator is not wicked. Okay?
I see. So who is Lucifer?
Lucifero, the morning light. He has nothing bad against man. The laws are there. You want to be a PhD holder, won't you go to school? Yeah. Won't you receive your examination? You get somebody to examine you. So that is the work of Lucifer. So if you want to know, read Job, chapter 1 and 2. You will see the definition of Job and his work there.
Rabi, Please, who is a saint?
If you say saint, in somebody's language, mean ohotui. A person should not die before become ohotui. While you are alive, you can practice that thing. It was some people who came into this person is a saint, and your father who born you is not a saint. We have so many saints in the world. There are so many saints. Meaning, if you die, women they have their ways of elevating the saints. We too, we have our own way to do what. But saint mean obi anu watu. That's all. Obi anu watu. Unwansa anu watu. Otas nangesa anu watu.
So finally, Rabi, what's the purpose of every soul on the planet Earth?
As Creator created every soul to come and do His will. That's all.
And what's the will of the Creator?
Also, not all those who say God will enter the kingdom of God, but those who do His will. And in your prayer, I said, there will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The will of God is to assist mankind, assist, redeemed the afflicted, and assist the poor. That's all.
Rabi, please, what are your final words?
Thank you very much. I want to make it plain to everybody on this. Kabbalah is not a secret society. Because we have children here, we are training them. All the divine knowledge is needed for every human being. So those who need the divine knowledge, please, they should contact us for more information.
Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. This is the Kabbalah Center Ghana, and I hope you have been enlightened on the Kabbalah knowledge. Thank you, Rabi Hamil.
Thank you very much. Fakumujat. 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 Fakumujat.